Imagine walking in to get into bed after a long day of finals, and then imagine seeing this little guy. I don't know about you, but that brings a smile onto my face. My name is Audrey Rollins,
And my name is Lauren Long.
and we both grew up as dog lovers. For our survey, we decided to test the hypothesis that women are more prone to nurture, whether it be a baby or an animal. In order to conduct this experiment, we created 2 survey questions that we asked on the oval. One question was directed towards those people who approached Audrey, who was holding a dog, and the other question Lauren handed out to people who passed the dog to ask why they did not feel the need to pet the dog. Next, we put all of our data into a graph to analyze, and our results showed that there was no significant difference between the number of boys and girls that came up to see Zag, which would lead us to reject our hypothesis. But we also took into account that our sample size was large enough for approximate normal distribution, but still relatively small, with only 30 people. And we imagined that if we had a larger sample size, we may be able to support our hypothesis more. Next, we hit the books to see what the scientists had to say. Initially, we found an article from the Journal of Social Psychology with research done by John J. Ray that stated that his findings showed that pet lovers were younger, more likely to be female, and had fewer children. Ellen Noonan, who was published in the Psychodynamic Practice, also stated that there is this idea that pets are like children, and there is something about the relationship which resembles the idealized but speechless communication of infancy. From the Journal of Social Issues, Judith Siegel gave some input on the types of relationships women have with their pets, and how women who reported feeling very attached to their pets were relatively happy, and women who felt unattached to their pets were particularly unhappy. This led us to conclude that women nurture their pets because it makes them truly happy. We also found research which stated women are more positively affected by having dogs around because they seek more social support from the animals than men do. From the Journal of Family Psychology, critic Rollins argued against our hypothesis. He stated that his research showed that men were more likely than women to prefer dogs, and that the findings showed qualified empirical support for the folk notion that dogs are a man's best friend. Although most of the articles we found agreed with our hypothesis, Lawrence's arguments agreed with our collected data and showed that men are very likely to have strong relationships with dogs as well. In conclusion, although our data did not agree with our hypothesis, we believe with a larger sample size, the results may be different. But honestly, whether you're a male or a female, there's nothing better to come home to than this.